What is up, guys? Speedcar here, and today I'm gonna continue my series when I was giving you a basic idea of the multiplayer game modes or game types that came with Ghost Recon Future Soldier. And if you missed it at all, I will put an annotation at the top that will take you back to my first video when I did a commentary on Saboteur, which I started with because personally that is the shortest and the easiest game mode that I could have done a commentary on. So right now in the background you're going to be seeing a very quick gameplay again of Siege. And if you're a Call of Duty player, Siege is basically the search and destroy of Ghost Recon. And what that is, if you're not a Call of Duty player, is basically that you have no respawn lives. So if you die, you're dead and you cannot respawn until the round is over. And that I like these kind of game modes to me personally. But before I get into exactly what I want to talk about, I'm gonna keep giving you the description. And what happens here in Siege though is, instead of having a bomb where you have to actually plant a bomb, is some kind of console that you actually get to hack instead. And if the attackers get to the console and they get to hack that console, they actually win, and there's no defuse timer or nothing for the defenders to do. So the defenders actually have to stop them from getting to the console. And the major differences between Siege and Search and Destroy is Siege is it lets their defenders spawn first, so the defenders actually get into the game 10 seconds before the attackers can respawn in the game and actually push their attack for the console or the objective. So what happens is the defenders actually spawn near the objective. So if the objective is in the middle of the map, the defenders actually spawn around the objective. And the attackers, however, they have random spawns, so they could spawn on either side of the map. So the defenders won't know which direction they'll be coming from until they respawn and they actually make their push on the map and they see somebody. So that to me was pretty interesting. At first I wasn't 100% sure what the fuck was going on, or what was going on, but I mean, I couldn't figure out why they would do such a thing where they would give the defenders such an advantage over the attackers. But then I understood that the attackers actually had two spawns and the defenders wouldn't know exactly where they would spawn. So at first, if the defenders guess right basically and they all push one direction, they could get you spawn trapped or keep you spawn trapped in your spawn. But if they make a wrong decision, you would actually be kept coming up behind them. So it's good to, I guess, basically when you're on defense, to break up your team evenly and actually defend the bomb as opposed to pushing spawns, because you can never tell exactly where they're gonna spawn. But to me that was interesting. And another difference between Search and Destroy and Siege is the rounds in Siege is the best of the three determines the winner of the match. But in Search and Destroy is the first person to win 4. So that is another little difference between them. And to me, I prefer the way it's done in Search and Destroy because the game runs a little bit longer. And the first two people, if you have a really good team in Ghost Recon and you're playing Siege and they're really dominating the other team, I mean, your team is stronger and you have the ability to actually kill your opponents quickly, then the game is going to end within the first 2 rounds. And that, to me, the game ends really quickly. Like this game that you're watching right here, the game ended within the first 2 rounds. It lasted 7 minutes in total, but in comparison to the other game modes, I guess, that have the potential to last a long time, this one is Siege is probably the shortest of all of them. But you know, I mean, it's not meant to be compared to Call of Duty, and I understand that. The game is great, and I said this in my other video. And Siege is also a great game mode. I enjoyed it, and I have a lot of fun in this game mode, more to me because I enjoy. Again, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make a comparison, but I enjoy Search and Destroy in Call of Duty. So Siege to me is a lot of fun. It's just too short in my opinion, but again, that is the same thing. Another thing I didn't say is if you wipe out the other team, wipe out whichever team, if you're on attack or defense and you kill the entire of the other team, you basically win already. The same thing as Search and Destroy. You wipe out the entire team, you win by just killing the entire team. You don't even have to play the objective. You can just go for kills and get the kills and report the entire team. So that's also pretty good too. Not a lot of people. I've played around 10 games or so, and I haven't seen a lot of people so far going for the objective. They obviously just go for kills, which is much again like search and destroy in Call of Duty. Another thing about Siege is the game, the defenders, they actually have the opportunity to win the game a lot more than attackers in my opinion, because they have the advantage of setting up defenses around certain areas on the map. So if they were really smart, they would place themselves in positions where they could see both the bomb and keep themselves covered, as well as looking both directions, because as like I said previously, they have no idea exactly where the attacking team is going to spawn. So what I was going to say is the best thing, what I would say is the best thing for defenders to do is to play the game. Even if they can't get kills, play the game in such a way that they can expire the time so that they can win around, especially if you're not doing well in the game at the moment and you're on defense. I would say the best thing to do is to keep an eye on the bomb and try to make the time expire as quickly as possible. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the gameplay in the background. If you didn't, or if you did, just leave me a comment and let me know, and also leave me a like if you did like the video. Subscribe to my channel, and if you haven't already seen on my friend's channel, he is doing a kind of walkthrough on the guns and the classes that are in Ghost Recon. So if you want to know about the classes in Ghost Recon, I will put an annotation in the top right now, or a link in the description below, where you can go to his channel and you can check out where he is right now on the classes in Ghost Recon. I think he already started Rifleman and he already has it up, so you can check that out if you haven't. I'm gonna put a link to it. Again guys, thanks for watching, and